Oh, my favourite part of the week, Phelps is here to discuss all the things that are currently happening in the world of rugby league. What's going on, mate?
Mate, we've got a Blue first up. We had a bit of a Sunday night biffo. I know you're a big UFC fan, and McGregor had his fight on Sunday. Maybe the boys were watching that. But anyway, the headlines are that Jack Bird, Valentine Holmes and Sean Kenny-Dow were caught in a bit of a scuffle, and it looks like a one-man wrecking machine has gone through the pavilion at Coogee, turned up pots, terrorised the place. Valentine may have been hit in the Blue, but the NRL's come out, the Sharks have come out and said that there's nothing to worry about for their boys, that they weren't aggressive and have got nothing to be blamed for. So, but yeah, we had a bit of action.
Yeah, so when rugby league players aren't getting the blame for once.
Well, yeah, unless some new vision comes out, but apparently...
Oh, right, so there's vision?
Yeah, well, there will be. It's in a very popular night spot over at the eastern suburbs there, and they've obviously got pretty good security cameras. But
well, Weidler come out and he said that what you just said, and then I read an article saying that they've been cleared of anything, and some of them weren't even there. Like, it's just so hard to... Where does this news come from?
Yeah, well, obviously, mate, it comes from many sources, but you can't be a rugby league player today and go out and expect not to be seen or have it not reported. But it looks like it might have even been one of Sean Kenny-Dow's mates. Started with an innocent joke, something like, go to South Roosters.
What did he do? He put a few blokes in the guillotine or something? What's going on?
Yeah, Jack Bird came over and got involved and said, mate, leave him alone, he's my mate.
Yeah.
And they squared up and then this bloke went to town on...
it'd be hard just to stand by, and you'd feel like you need to get involved when someone has a go at you. It'd be hard not to.
You don't think, like, because, you're seeing the situation, environment, whatever, you don't think straight away, this is not the right thing for me to be involved in. I'm going to walk over here.
It's
You're
never
just
that
like,
rational.
what's going on here? What's going on? Stop. Your next minute you're involved, someone whacks you. Your instincts to throw back, isn't it?
But fair dinkum, he said, the Roosters suck. Bird should have gone, yeah, you're right, the Sharkies playing.
Well, they sucked on the weekend, but it's far out. So wonder what's going to come of that. Hopefully nothing.
Yeah, it looks like nothing will come of it, but that is if the statements are all true and correct, and hopefully they keep out of trouble. But it's a very worrying thing. I mean, I've just been writing a book, as you know, on some prisoners and inmates, and one of those blokes is Craig Field, the former South Sydney, West Tigers and Manly player, and he's locked up in maximum security jail at Cessnock right now. Yeah. I've been up to visit him, and he's there for a fight. It was one punch. He
how scary is that?
Yeah, down the bloke. The bloke ended up dying, and
then rumour has it that bloke had been punched a number of times.
Yeah, he was in a Blue with another bloke that night, and Craig came in as peacemaker, which it looks like Valentine Holmes might have done on this night. You get involved in that situation, and Craig ended up punching the bloke. The bloke's gone down and he died 12 hours later.
So it could have been from any of the blows, really, if technically.
It could have been.
So how did he get off then?
Well,
did the other guys go to jail?
No.
Wonder
just Craig.
We're going to have an actual in-depth convo about that, and we'll film it and we'll put it out there, because some of the stuff you're telling me with some of the people you've interviewed is just unbelievably interesting for the masses. So we'll have to do that soon.
I think the message is, boys, don't fight.
Don't fight.
Stay out of it. It's too dangerous.
We were speaking earlier on our audio version of the podcast about
alcohol.
Just alcohol. Like, I love a beer. It makes me warm and fuzzy. I've been an idiot at times, like many people, but...
No, stop it.
Nah, I know it's hard to believe, but...
You're not a fighter, mate. I've seen you out.
Yeah,
you sort of go all cuddly.
Just get a bit cuddly and weird.
You're not a lover either, eh?
Yeah, I've been a lover in the past.
No, mate, love,
yeah, but it's just all the problems are always with alcohol involved.
Get rid of alcohol. Get rid of alcohol. I could do without it for the rest of my life. James, could you?
No, mate, I'm a journo. It's part of our...
Yeah, I enjoy a beer, but
I enjoy a beer. For me not to go down the local, if that was not going to happen anymore, I wouldn't lose any sleep.
That'd suck. You're going to lose bloody viewers saying shit like this.
Well...
By the way, I think we need a beer sponsor.
Yeah, we do. Well, I was going to bring a six-pack today.
I love beer. Beer's the best thing ever.
You're right. It's alcohol's mainly usually the problem. You don't see too many other places having fisticuffs, really, do you? It's not. They're not the pony club. After a day of what's it called? Friggin'.
There could be some push and shove, but that's probably as far as it goes.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway.
Some team news. Obviously, we had a huge weekend of injuries, and injuries could well and truly decide who wins the premiership here.
It always does.
That important. And the round one casualty list, we might
read it out. Have a listen to this. This is bullshit.
So we've got Corey Norman, neck, round 2. Jordan Carhu, thigh, 4 weeks. Michael Leacher, knee, 3 months. Chase Stanley, hamstring, round 2. Caesar, fractured cheekbone, eye socket up to 4 weeks. Blake Austin knee. That's a huge blow for the Raiders. We've got their two halves out. Now this is even bigger for the Rabbitohs. We've got John Sutton, who obviously can fill that playmaking role. He's got a pectoral tear. He could be
16 weeks or something.
It could be the season with a pec injury. You know what they're like. Then we've got Adam Reynolds, who could be gone for up to 8 weeks with a broken jaw.
Yeah.
I mean, that's two of their playmaking guns out. Then we've got Seguiaro, Panthers gone for 6 to 8 weeks. Bo Henry, season. Paul Gallen, we're not sure what's going on there, but he could be facing a stint as well. But
now, some of these are direct blow injuries, for instance, the broken jaw and thing, but a lot of them, you could argue that they're from wear and tear. And in my opinion, I've said it before, there is way too much footy being played before kick-off round one. It's just, like, look at things like Kieran Foran's hamstring. You know, that's a wear and tear thing. That's not managing your output of what you're doing. You know, the load on your body. It's just.
Yeah, but that'd be training as well. You mean there's too much training?
Well, everything. You're preparing for football, and you're playing games at that high intensity. You know, you can train all you like, but you're never going to train exactly like you play, which is 100% flat out. So all those little fast twitch and last second spur of the moment, you know, changes of direction and acceleration things, you can't really prepare for that.
You're really against training, aren't you?
I'll do anything to ban all training banned for all my fellow wingers out there. Well, wingers shouldn't have to train, really.
But really, was there that much football for most teams? They've had a couple of trials. Obviously, some of the teams went away to England and took part in that tournament. We had the Nines, which was a bit of a giggle. I don't think, you know.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
I don't think there is.
Yeah, I know.
There's something in their training.
Each person, individually probably played 2 games, maybe 3. But I don't know, just the intensity of the games leading up to the kickoff, and just also for the point of view that it just takes away the build-up and the hype of that excitement of round one kicking off. I know there's a lot of good games happening with the Indigenous thing. It's a must for a game, but
the games have been faster though, so that means the impact's going to be even more.
Yeah,
more pressure on the impact.
Yep. I guess maybe training will have to be tapered.
My injuries are going to happen. I think it's inevitable. I don't think it's a result of training or too much footy. But what I do think we do need to look at is the salary cap and how many blokes we do have in that top squad. Because I really think at the moment that the amount of players having 25 there and then looking to your second tier, I don't think we've got enough room to move at the moment.
Yeah, bigger squad like the NFL.
Maybe. Like, look at the South. You get Adam Reynolds and Sutton. There's $1.5 million rubbed out in one weekend. You know, how do you replace that?
Yeah,
and I mean, you can't go outside the system. You've got to pick what's within. But, you know, it's the depth of your squad that really dictates, you know, how good you're going to go that year and the amount of injuries you have. But there needs to be a bit of a backup plan and a bit more room to move.
Yeah, I agree.
What the hell's Ricky Stewart going to do?
Yeah, well, that's the interesting one here. We've got Sam Williams, who, you know, he'll probably
play the game. Yeah.
I mean, he's a capable player, but, you know, he's not the answer, especially when
you're prepared all season, all off season.
Sticky will have to throw a jumper on.
Oh, geez, mate, I'm telling you, that's a massive blow. Both your halves, your organisers, like, you know, if they lost the hooker as well, touch wood, they're fine. But yeah, bloody hell, that would just be disastrous as it is.
Well, we'll test him as a coach. It might be, you know, a different game plan. He's going to have to probably play things a bit more in the middle with the forwards and, you know, go for your early shifts. But, you know, obviously the kicking game is going to be very important for Sam Williams and the control. But the interesting thing with these injuries for me is Luke Keary.
Yeah.
He's been on the outer with the Rabbitohs. He had a big incident with Russell Crowe in the off-season. Yeah. So they were all on the drink up at Rusty's farm up there at Nana Glen. And
alcohol again, you say?
Yeah, apparently Rusty got all alkanator, you know, away from the Gladiator.
Yeah,
he was quite drunk, and he ripped shreds off Luke Keary. He was one of the targets. And
fair income.
He said, mate, you know,
what about?
He said, you're not performing. You're not worth the money that we pay you. Isaac Luke, I loved him. We've lost him. You'll know Isaac Luke, and then he pointed to the.
Rusty's got a bit of a record for getting pissed and talking shit.
Anyway,
come on, Rusty.
Keary lost it. Picked up his stuff, went and caught a taxi at about 3 a.m. out the front, and sat in front of the airport there, I think near Grafton, and waited for a plane home. And
so the coach obviously agrees with Rusty.
No, I don't know what Madge thought of it. I think he was pretty embarrassed by it all. I'm not even sure if Madge was there, but anyway, it created a huge stir, a big division, and now look who's here. It's Keary. He's going to have to take the reins. Like, they were very, very impressive on the weekend, South. Probably the standout performers.
Yeah, Jesus.
But now they've lost Adam Reynolds and John Sutton. Keary's got to step up. Now, he's off contract as well, boys, which is interesting as well. His managers talked about maybe rugby union, but there's been no offer from South. So he's got 8 weeks. It's a huge 8 weeks for him. He could go out there, make a star of himself, and force South and force Rusty to change his mind.
You can do it. It
offer him a
happens
contract.
often. Happens often. You just shut up, put your head down, play good footy. And you're playing good. People want you in the club.
At his best, he's a great player.
Oh yeah, and people love him too. All the boys love him.
Kicking
It's
game.
not like he's a mug lair or anything, but that to me, that Rusty stuff, he's done that a couple of times. I've heard a few stories about him. Once he's got the goggles on, and once he's had a few, he puts the analytical coach's head on.
He just forgave a $4 million loan to the club. I mean,
Yeah,
probably
he's got to
a bit of a
say
right to get in there.
Yeah, but
and-
we'll say it. Call him in the office. Don't get pissed and then have you. It's just shit.
It's
It just
called
means you can't end your piss.
It's called
Rusty.
a bonding session gone wrong. I'm sure he had good intentions, but
Yeah, no, he's
it
alright.
went the other way. But let's see. Like, this could give Kiri the motivation he needs, and he's also on audition for other clubs, being off contract. So I think we're going to see the best of him. This is make or break time for the kid, and hopefully he can get in there and
Yeah, I hope
lead
so.
South around and show everyone what he's got.
He'll come good.
His opportunity.
Rugby league.